Hello, I decided to make this video about making a game. So I've been long, like tens of years, been thinking of making a video game, a Roguelike video game. I don't know if you know anything about them, but it's a game type where the world is usually very randomized and graphics are not great. It's more about the variety and randomness and replayability, having different kind of gameplay every time you start new gameplay loop, like start the game, and it will be a different experience. There's different classes and such things, and the best part about making a game like that is, since the graphics don't need to be great, it's usually like top down, just made of tiles, square tiles where you move around. The greatest thing about it is it's pretty easy to make. It's more about the amount of content and interesting interaction between all the content. So game like that should be possible to make with fewer people, don't need so many artists, maybe even create the sprites yourself. Doesn't need to be anything too fancy, of course. Better looking sells better as long as the content is also good, but it could be a way to make a good game that sells well with few people. I have some friends that also work in IT, so they might be interested in joining me if I start to make such a game. And the best part is you can start on your free time and don't need to make it into job right away. A lot of people are actually doing that. There's a lot of games that came to be like that. Yeah, just need a really good idea for it. And I do have some ideas from across the years. And of course I will have to think about what you can put in it. I wonder if there's actually in the internet some way to some research done about what countries you need to think about when making a game, what you need to put in. Like, I remember that Germany is not so big on having any blood in the game, or China also, they don't want to have any skeletons or blood, so game makers are making blood in Chinese. When they localize the games, they make the blood green or something, and that's enough for it. I think it's quite silly. Like, okay, you make the blood instead of red, you make it green, and it's not blood anymore. Like, makes no sense to me, but whatever, I guess. Whatever works there. Yeah, so I would, of course, well, not of course, but I would use Steam as platform. It's a very good platform in many ways. Just need to somehow get your game known, and people can buy it from there, from all over the world. And I believe you have to pay them like certain amount of money. I think it was something like maybe 500 euros or something. I remember hearing once upon a time. Would of course need to research that, but nothing that's impossible. And they, of course, if you make a big game, I think it depends on how much your game sells. But if you like sell a lot, then you have to pay a bit more of a tax, so to say, to them. But yeah, making a game and making a game company is interesting as business, because usually you start with local business and then you grow into international business. But when you make a game company or a game, you should start as international, and even with like one or two people you can easily become international. There is no reason to limit yourself to local market only, especially if you think about Finland. We don't have so many people. You should go international right from the start, go English first of all. So as many people as possible can understand your language in the game. And that will, like, as long as your game is good and you get it known, there's so many people available right away to buy it, because it's very simple to buy and download the game, instead of like having to think about logistics, like how do I deliver this cool Lego to another country. I don't need to think about that, because it's all done by Steam through download. No need to make logistics on that. Of course, should the company grow, it would be also for talent. Like, if you're a game company, you can these days you can hire people from different countries easily, and they don't even necessarily need to move to your country or anything. You can do the meetings just like our classes, basically online, as you know. So that's interesting part of making programs. It's easier to have a multicultural team. And yeah, that's my thoughts. I think this video became too long already, but yeah, this course definitely made me consider it once again, and made it more likely that I will do this in the future after I graduate. And yeah, I'm looking to put a work application for the internship to one Finnish game making company, actually, Frozen Byte. They are making quite interesting game, actually. What's it called? It was called, I don't remember the name, but I actually bought it already and I played it quite a bit. But I'm not very good with names. Alright, thanks for the course, and it was very interesting, and I will need to make me a nice list of things to consider and research when I at some time decide to do this. Thanks.